guys, welcome. My name is MagdalineJanet and welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome to the fam. Guys, so I'm so freaking excited because E.L.F just released this brand new Camo CC Cream Foundation-esque with SPF 30, and I want to see how it works out on this oily mug, as you guys know, for 2 whole days, applying it differently and just showing you guys the real deal. So if you're interested in seeing how it all goes down using this E.L.F Camo CC Cream, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn your notifications on because I'm constantly uploading brand new videos. And without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, let's start. I'm so excited. I'm probably one of the last people to review this, but you guys know my reviews are legit. So let's start. I have a clean face. I put moisturizer, sunscreen, all that jazz. We're gonna start off with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Primer because you guys know we're oily up in here. So I like to rub it on like, kind of like it's lotion. And my skincare has been on my skin for like a long time now, a couple hours. And usually with primers, I let it sit and sink in the skin for about 2 minutes. So we're gonna let it sink in and be back. All right, guys, these pelitos are like working my nerves. We are gonna get our damp sponge. So you guys know we're gonna be here 2 whole days to show you guys how this is gonna work out. So I'm gonna get my Kokie, oh, I didn't show you, my Kokie setting powder. It's bomb, I love it so much. The only thing, it's super light. You have to get the banana if you're my skin tone, the banana shade. So I'm gonna get my damp sponge and get a little bit and even still remove like the excess. And you're gonna dab it right in the middle of the skin, which is where we get the oiliest. And you guys know with oily skin, pores are just a lot larger appearing, or maybe they are larger. It's okay, we got large pores, okay? So we're gonna do this, and what it's gonna do is just mattify the skin a little. You don't wanna put too much because then you got crumbliness going on and you're gonna put a foundation on top of it. So you wanna put a nice thin layer. And ooh, you guys, I'm so excited. So this is how she looks. Comes in a squeezy tube. This cannot be a CC cream. This looks like a full-on foundation, and it's a medium to full coverage foundation. So yeah, I'm gonna call this foundation, not CC cream. But I'm actually very pleasantly surprised that it has SPF 30, and this is my shade. I actually picked correctly online, medium 375N. I'm so freaking excited. Here, let's grab, should we do this motion? And of course, per the usual, guys, as I apply the foundation on, I'm gonna give you all the info about the product. The E.L.F Camo CC Cream Foundation retails for $14. Comes in 14 shades. I am in the shade medium 375N for neutral. It is a medium to full coverage color correcting foundation with SPF 30. It is medium to full coverage with a natural finish. It is a multitasking foundation that provides skincare benefits infused with hydrating and youth boosting ingredients known to improve skin texture and tone. It has collagen known to improve skin elasticity, hyaluronic acid for hydration and locking in moisture, and niacinamide to help brighten and even out the skin, peptides for a more refreshed complexion. Wow, guys, I am pretty surprised how well this is working. It looks a little darker on my skin tone, but I kind of like it. I feel like it matches my neck a little bit better. It glides very nice. It has a thick texture though. Like the texture is thick. She's real thick. But let me show you guys. You see, and lips, but she's movable. Like the foundation's super movable. You see it has a nice sheen, and it does oxidize a little bit, but I know E.L.F foundations do oxidize. That's just, you know, how they roll, but it's totally cool. Let's get these ears because they're looking a little pale. It does have like a natural look to it, as thick as it is. I'm very like kind of surprised how well it's moving. So I am going to put some concealer on and BRB. So I just put a little bit of concealer on so we can neutralize the face a little bit. So now it looks freaking perfect. Ooh, love it. You guys, wow, this is very surprising. Okay, going back in. I just spilled the powder all over, but it's okay. Going back in with this Kokie setting powder, and then going in with our powder puff. That looks like this. They're from Amazon, super inexpensive. We're gonna set the face. What you wanna do is just press the powder in, especially because we have oily skin here. You want to really press the powder in so it stays and your product doesn't move. This thing is like the best freaking thing. It's the perfect angle, especially the perfect size, especially if you have like a small face like me. But this powder is also good because it's really light. So when you have a dark foundation like we have today, it's going to just neutralize everything, which is what we want. If you have a foundation that's like your complexion, I would say not to use this powder because it's gonna lighten it up. But today we need that because the foundation's a little bit lighter. I mean, a little bit darker, but not too dark. I actually like the shade. I feel like E.L.F. doesn't have the best shade options, I would say. Ideally, I would like them to have even amounts of like neutral shades, warm shades, cool shades, but I feel like neutrals are kind of hard to come by, you know? This powder puff will make your skin have like an airbrush look no matter what powders you use, because when you press down the powder, it just gives you like a flawless airbrush finish, which is nice, especially since we have like big pores here. So this is how the skin looks. Look at all this hair. Don't mind it. We're looking pretty good. Okay, and the shade looks really good. It matches my neck. So I want to just tell you guys the time. It's 1:30. Yeah, I'm starting real late today, but it's just one of those days. So I'm gonna put the rest of my face on and then be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. I did comb my hair a little bit because it was like working my last nerve. Those little, well, they're still back here, but you know, we're gonna be right here. All I did is put a matte bronzer and a matte blush. I don't put any highlight when I'm testing out foundations because we got an oily mug up in here, you know? So just want to show you guys how the skin looks. I will say it looks pretty dang flawless. I see the hydrating factor of the foundation. I see like the plump it kind of gives, especially since we have powder underneath. We're still getting a nice little glow. But again, glows are great for the first 2 hours for oily skin, but then we look a hot, greasy mess, and the oils just kind of eat up the makeup. I liked how well it glided. I liked how well it warmed up to the skin. Although it's a super thick foundation, well, not super, but it's a thick foundation to where you think BB cream, you don't think it's that thick, but it kind of transforms onto your skin. The texture is like lightweight. It's definitely a natural finish and it glides nicely on the face. Yeah, I'm very pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure what to expect, you know? Also wanted to show you guys how my hand looks, and you guys can see that it does oxidize. Here, let me put a like fresh dot, you see? Oxidizes, I would say maybe like one shade, nothing too like crazy like their other foundation, because as we know, drugstore foundations are just really known to oxidize. That's just how it is, you know? And I like the shade. I think this is a shade I would stick to because although it's a little bit on the darker side, you can always lighten up a foundation with some concealer, even a setting powder, because sometimes setting powders do lighten up foundations. But like I told you guys, it's about 1:30. I'm gonna do an all-day wear test and I'll see you in the next check-in. And guys, just wanted to show you here in front of the window how the skin looks. And honestly, it looks pretty good. Not too shabby. This right like in the sun. You see? So yeah. Hey guys, it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I just wanted to come in front of the window and show you guys before the sun completely goes down how the skin looks. So far we look good. As you can see guys, you can't really see my pores, which is always nice because we have oily skin and pores. They tend to show out very early on in the process, but we're looking so far so good. I kind of like that. I'm sure the setting powder we put first always does help because it kind of like pats it in, but just really wanted to show you that the foundation I feel like is doing its job, you know. So far so good. And yeah, see you later. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back. So it is 10:20 in the evening. Me and my robe are back. It's freaking cold, and why not show you guys what really happens instead of taking it off? So guys, this is how the skin looks. No touch-ups, nothing. It's been 9 hours. So honestly, the skin looks pretty good. You can see pores a little bit, but they're barely peeking through. You can see the oils are not really coming through. So the skin looks really, really good. I feel like the powder underneath is really helping. But again, the texture of the foundation or the CC cream, it's like this natural finish with hydration, but full coverage, and it kind of keeps everything together. And really like how small my pores look. They don't look too humongous, you know? But of course, tomorrow we're gonna try it a little bit differently, so we get like 2 different variations of how the foundation works out. Like very pleasantly surprised how we look 9 hours later, you know? And I did wear my mask today for a little while, and I do have a little bit of staining, but that's always going to happen. Oily skin is just gonna warm up the product. The foundation doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like super oily on the skin. Like if you have oily skin, your skin kind of gets not wet, but it's just like greasy. So if you go like this, like it just comes off. But look, just want to give you a quick check-in on day number 1, 9 hours later, using the E.L.F. Camo Cream, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye. We'll definitely start earlier tomorrow. Hey guys, good morning. It's morning time right now. We have a clean face, put moisturizer, sunscreen, all that good stuff. So we're gonna start with a pore filling primer, which is this one from Benefit. It's a little on the thicker side, but this is good because it's gonna really get in there and fill up our pores. And oops, I think I put too much. And my pores are like very visible right on the T-zone. We're also gonna use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer on the outer edges. This is a gripping primer, so it's going to like stick the foundation onto the face. Not that we had a problem with that yesterday because the foundation lasted really well, but we're not gonna have powder on our face before foundation, so it's a little different, you know? All right, guys, I am back. It's been like 2 minutes. Let's shake her up. And of course, this is how she looks. I forgot to tell you guys how big this is. It's a 1-ounce bottle, so that's nice. I feel like it looks a little bigger. But what we're gonna do is put, this is kind of a lot, but let's put that much. You see how it doesn't move? It's like thick. Oh. Ooh. So what we're gonna do is stipple the foundation onto the skin, not rub it. Just tap it on, and this way you're like really working the foundation into the skin as opposed to just kind of leaving it like just on top where it can easily move. You want to work it in. Now that I'm looking at it again, for being a neutral foundation, this foundation looks really red. I don't know, maybe the lighting's just different today because it's morning. It's like 8 in the morning. I don't know, do you guys see the redness in it? I felt like the other neutral shade was gonna be light, and it was under the light category, and I'm never under the light category. This is how we look today. Super refreshing, super natural, still giving us similar results from yesterday. I feel like today it's a little on the glowier side, which is cool. We could dig that. I feel like I'm getting the same result. No patchiness. No, nothing. And it's very, very movable. If you forget a spot, you can easily just blend it out and you won't have like that dry patch, which happens a lot of times with matte foundations. I mean, it happens to me all the time, you know? All right, guys, we're back. We're gonna go in with some Huda Beauty setting powder in the shade Banana Bread. And again, we're going to get our powder puff. So you wanna get the powder puff on your hand to even it out on the skin. And then just press it in like we did yesterday. Whoa. If you have oily skin, you can always set your brows just lightly. Just tap on the powder and it'll just help keep them, you know, intact. We have more of a fuller coverage. I don't really see my pores, which is nice because yesterday we got the same result. I couldn't see my pores either. I feel like it's a fuller coverage today, but it's not super, super heavy. You know, I like this. And yeah, so far so good, guys. Here, let's get close again. I like you guys to see like everything. All the pores, any sort of patch I may have, everything. So let me know what you guys' thoughts right now are. Day number 2. Let me know. So far, I'm okay with it. But I'm just gonna put a little bit of bronzer, blush, and BRB. Alright guys, I'm back. So I just put bronzer, blush, both matte because, you know, we don't want more shine. And I also set the makeup with this Milani Make It Last setting spray, just so you guys know. And guys, let's check her out. Looking good, looking good. I try not to put a lot of bronzer or blush when I'm doing foundation wear tests, just because I really want you guys to see how the foundation works. Essentially, like almost on its own, you know what I mean? But I feel like today, because we did pack it on a little bit thicker with the brush, so this is definitely a buildable foundation. I mean, it does say medium to full coverage, but you never know. You know what I mean? Again, today I'm gonna do a 12-hour wear test because, you know, yesterday we started off a little bit late. But usually with oily skin, I don't know what happens between like the 10 to like 11 or 12-hour mark. Between that period, you could look a hot mess real quick, and let's see if that's gonna happen, you know? And before I forget, guys, it's 8:44 in the morning. And regarding the SPF, I did want to let you guys know that I didn't break out this morning. Usually it's happened, not usually, but it has happened in the past that foundations that have SPF have broken me out. Not really badly, but I'll get like a bump or two. And I noticed that this morning I don't have anything. My skin doesn't look any different than when it looked yesterday. I don't have sensitive skin, but a bump has occurred here and there when I've used foundations with SPF. So good thing this didn't do that this time, you know? But I think this is it, guys. And I'll see you in the next check-in. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back. So it is about 10 o'clock in the evening. I've had the foundation on for a little over 13 hours. And I actually want to show you guys here some footage I took at around 3 o'clock today, just showing you guys how the skin looks. It looks pretty good. Nothing looked like it was separating. The skin looks solid. And here we are now, 10 hours later. And let's look at how the skin looks. No touch-ups, of course. I'm a little bit oily. Some of it has come off here, but I literally just ate right now, so that's totally fine. I feel like the foundation lasted very well on day number 2. I think overall this is a very, very good foundation. I really, really liked it. Overall, I recommend this. It's only 14 bucks. The only thing I will say is that I would probably pick day number 1 as being the better day because this foundation is a little darker. I feel like the sponge did apply it a little bit better and it made it look a little more natural to my skin as opposed to the brush. It just gives you more of a fuller coverage, and if your shade is not correct, it's a lot more visible that way with a brush as opposed to a sponge. I could probably go with 280N. I'll show you guys here a picture of the shades that they have. I thought 280N would be too light. I feel like that would probably be a closer match to me. Again, I don't think this shade was that bad because you can always lighten it up. But other than the shade, and of course, picking online is just difficult. It's not like easy. I really, really like the foundation. I think it worked super well. I think it has a beautiful texture that goes onto the skin and gives you that nice luminous look without looking greasy. As you guys can see, I'm not greasy at all, so that's always nice because you guys know I'm a grease ball. I like the skincare ingredients. I like the SPF. I liked how it really moved onto the skin. But I think this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. I wanted to be as thorough and as informative for you as possible. So let me know what you think about this CC cream. Have you seen it? Have you checked it out? Have you purchased it? Let me know your thoughts. I want to wish you guys a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy some time with your family with a phone call or a FaceTime call. I'll be here with Boo at home, just chilling, just the two of us. Thank you again. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Merry, Merry Christmas. See you in the next video. Bye.